dos. That's a fun tool. I love that one. Now, I'm kind of at the point where I really am going to need my air ratchet. Because I've got my OEM main spring strut spring compressor. Okay, I'm going to stop the camera. I'm going to go grease these. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go take a pee, do a couple other things, find my air ratchet, and then we'll come back and we'll jack these things down. So at least according to the interweb, spring compressors are like one of the more dangerous. Compressing the springs is one of the more dangerous parts of this job. All that. I think just getting a fucking part assembled is going to be a real headache. I'm going to think about this. Okay, so I think I made a decision about how to do this. I'm not going to be able to get this out of here with a sway bar in the way because the dingus is stuck. Which means I can't pull it this way because I have to go bottom out first and not top out. If I could go top out, I would have it out already. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to take the other side of the sway bar off. So I need to pull the wheel, pull the sway bar mount, and then I'll crank the sway bar down and out of the way, I think. I think I can do that. I'm not going to be able to get it a whole bunch of the way out of the way, but I can get it enough out that it's not going to matter as much. So, based on how much fun that was last time, let's see, I need one of those. Check the bolt size on it first. There's the bolt. That one. Not that one. What did I do with it? Maybe I put it over there. So anyway, I'm going to go do that. I'll probably have to go grab my drop lights in a minute, and then we'll go from there. Or actually, you know what? I think I used these. Yeah, I'll probably use the one that's on there. Oh, that sucks. Okay. So, get the spring out.
had the plumber out here last week.
Oh yeah? So I'm busy trying to get the spring compressor off the spring here. Okay, so for comparison, old spring. New spring. So you can see the main difference between these, even though this one sits a little bit taller, it's just got a little bit more dense in the coils up here. So that's why it should give me a little bit more ride height and that kind of stuff. I'm actually curious though, now that I've dropped the axle as far as I have, whether this will fit in without being compressed. And it actually looks like it will. I only have to compress this a very tiny amount. So that is muy bueno. Okay guys, this is the day, this is the hour. Is this part 2, part 1? I might roll these together. So, for those of you who watched the earlier video or who were watching this part for the first time, I successfully managed to get the new spring on the other side last night, and today my goal is to do it to this side. So there's only one thing I've done to this side so far. Turn the viewfinder around so I can see it, and I'll show you what kind of has to get done here. So far, the only thing I've done is I've disconnected the sway bar. So, pretty much what I have to do today is I have to pull the lower arm, which is this part right here, which means this bolt. And there's another one down there, which you can see. Those both have to come out. And then I have to disconnect the shock, which is these two bolts right here, which are conveniently behind the brake line. And there's a clip right here. And then the axle will drop. I have to put new bushings in the control arm. And while I've got the spring down, or while I've got the axle dropped, I want to take and go ahead and shove a new spring in there. Last night when I did this, I had this all scrunched up and it was kind of being a huge pain in the ass. I don't really want to do it again, but I think I can take these out without actually having to do that again. So yesterday I kind of had some problems because I didn't quite figure out how to do everything. And today I know a lot more than I knew last night. One of the big problems I had last night is the shock here uses what's called a bar pin. So it's a bar that's a pin through the shock. And what was actually happening is that was catching here and wouldn't allow the axle to drop. It was dark, so I didn't realize what was going on. Finally I saw it. I pushed it aside and the axle dropped like another 6 inches. So that made life way easier. I got my jack here. I got some tools. So I've got the spring compressor, I've got my air ratchet, I've got an air line over here, and I'm ready to get on this. So I'm going to try to knock this one out probably in the next hour or so, which I think is doable. I don't think there's anything really stopping me yet. I'm sure that will change as time passes. But once that's done, I'll be able to go ahead and put these back, and that'll be good. And then we can go over, we can get tires, and we can get an alignment tomorrow. Very excited about that. So, because my front tires are all screwed up because my alignment's been bad this whole time. And the car's been riding weird because, well, these springs are shot. I'm not putting real lift springs in, I'm putting in the upcountry springs. So I should get like 2 inches of lift when all's said and done. It'll probably work out to about 3 because these springs are just so completely spent. If I'm gonna try to go higher than that, I have to do a bunch more work. Like I need to replace the control arms and some of that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead, stop the video here real quick. I'm gonna put the camera down and I'm just gonna go to work and see how much I can get done in the next like hour or so until I lose sunlight. So hang on. Okay, so you're kind of sufficiently out of the way. I might be blocking the camera periodically, but I'm already pretty covered in grease, and I'm only going to get greasier, and I'm trying not to get my camera greasy. So deal with it. At some point, my neighbor Paul is going to come by and ask me to help him move a frame for one of his vehicles. Took a second for the compressor to kick on. I'm sure those are both totally stuck in the hole. But that's fine. Yeah, I need to go grab my smaller wrench or socket. Okay, so I pushed down on this a little bit just to kind of pre-compress it. How's it looking? Huh? I figured we might reuse some of those carriage bolts.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the bar pin bolts. Now I need to take the clip off the spring, which is right here. I'll probably use
What the fuck you doing all the time fucking around with these Jeeps?
Dude, I only got 3 of them,
These
man. What do you
Jeeps,
want
man?
from me?
These fucking Jeeps got your ass. You're fucking a Jeep freak.
Just empty every pocket.
Oh, shit. Fucking. You're a Jeep freak, man. You got a fucking impact and everything.
Hey, man, it's better than being a meth freak, right? So as you can see, it's now substantially lower than it was and sitting on the stop right here. So I'm going to have to jack it up a little bit and get these screws out.
Fucking long frame, ass. What the fuck's it do? These is that fucking truck. What the motherfucker's wrong? How do you fit in the fucking garage?
It's not that long.
It's not? It would fit the fucking garage or what?
Oh, it's a little short bed pickup.
Really? Well, hey, what? It's got a long fucking frame on it, man.
Well, it looks big.
Now, here's the part where it gets exciting. Okay, so we are going to have to use a spring compressor to get this just a hair smaller, about an inch. So this is way easier than the last time when I had to take and I was crushing it down by a couple of inches. That was just silly. So we got a spring compressor, which is all still nice and greasy from yesterday. For reference, it's usually easier if you can go back. For some reason, my shock doesn't really want to let me get around it. The problem is, neither does my freaking. There we go. Okay, so that was way less exciting than it was last night. In fact, that was just downright easy. Didn't have to compress that much. Really only like, what, maybe an inch and a half, 2 inches. Ugh. Okay, there's one. Spring removed. Hey, I'm gonna go get a brush, clean up something to do in here, grab the other spring, we'll start putting that in. Okay, so the spring is going to go in here like this. There's a stop in this plate right here, so it comes up into the front. So the main complexity here, this one is wound tighter at the top. Get it, got it. Get it good. There. Yeah, this side's going way faster. Which only means it's a huge problem coming. I don't know what it's going to be yet. So we dropped the lower control arm. We're going to put new bushings in this. So I'm going to go ahead and take the camera with me and I'll show you the easy way I found to do this.